So last time on this disgrace of a game, we managed to get in here. And by managed, I mean solved a fairly simple puzzle. This time, however, the next puzzle is extremely stupid and obscure. As I mentioned last time, here are some letters that we can't read and aren't important. Basically, it's just saying stuff. If you care about that stuff, go somewhere else. I'm sorry, but I really don't care. There's a lot of back reward items around here, and it's been a while since I last played this, so, here's some glitchy books, and yeah, I don't fully remember all the puzzle answers and stuff. Here's just another warning letter. Here's a license plate. Anyway, this book mentions, and I quote, that a clue to the tower, like that book basically is just some more exposition. Well, everything is basically exposition, but basically says the clue to get to the tower, the upper part of the tower to restore the electricity here, it's hidden under the direction of the first mayor, and that is a direct quote. So, first mayor, here's a list of mayors: Luther Roscoe, Carl Hunrath, John Farley, Benjamin Sims, Caroline Farley, apparently she was a mayor, and then Joseph Peter Janson. Wouldn't mind Farley has a mayor, but whatever. Also, I don't know what type of dating system they're using, but Anyway, we can clearly see that BH and AH stands for before Hunrath and after Hunrath. Apparently, Carl Hunrath did a lot of stuff for this place. Anyway, you may be thinking, what could possibly be the answer, since remember we're looking for our 6-character code, and it's a telephone dial. So you may be thinking Roscoe or Luther, since they are the first mayor and it's the first and last name, they're both 6 letters. But that is not the answer. Actually, you have to actually look in here. This is a compass, and look in the back of the compass, and there is a random state name. This one is... I really can't tell. I think that's Colorado. I need to increase my graphic settings, because that is extremely poor, and I can't see anything. And now Lag City. Extreme lag. Yeah, that's still a blur to me. What about you? But yeah, you do need you do actually need the city on there. That means I need to increase the size of this, so, yay. Let's just increase the size of this exponentially, why don't we? Now I know you can't really see much, but, rotating this is pretty bad. Pennsylvania! Okay then. So we need to know Pennsylvania. What were we at before? I think we were at this. Yeah, that is what we were at. So, Pennsylvania. Now, ignoring that for now, your first thought might be, okay, under the direction of the first mayor. First mayor is dead. Let's go to the graveyard. That's actually not a bad idea. The graveyard isn't actually used for any puzzle in the entire game, but you might think that the graveyard would be useful. So you go over to the graveyard, you look, you can't actually find Luther Hunrath's, or Luther Roscoe's grave, but, as you probably expected, it does absolutely nothing for you. Here's his grave right here. You may be thinking, maybe I can pry off the pieces of wood, or maybe it has something to do with the grave beside him, or the grave's across from him. But no, it doesn't. Instead, you take the city that's underneath the compass, and then you go all the way back over here, backtracking. I know it's glorious. And I believe I pointed this part out in its stupidity. know all those license plates that we've been seeing? You mean, and by that I mean the one license plate here, and the few decorative license plates on the wall, on the, in the, garage area? Yeah, those aren't decorative. You actually have to look at here, figure out which one of these license plates is for Pennsylvania, and then the letters and numbers on that license plate is the code. And the city and license plate, and like the license plates themselves aren't randomized, but the city is randomized, and so yeah. And I can't read that at all. So let's turn up that texture. Try and read this. Which one's Pennsylvania? I really can't tell. So let's turn up the size again. This is such a bad puzzle because this looks so decorative. No one in their right mind is going to look at this and figure out, oh yeah, it's actually this. Washington, California, New York, whatever that is. I don't know what that is. Columbia, Arizona, Ohio, Colorado, North Carolina. Oh, that's Minnesota. And taking pictures. I really don't like the picture thing either. I have no idea what place that is. Is that Pennsylvania? I can't tell. 380x61. Let's actually delete this photo, because as I mentioned before, photos cause lag. So I was just deleting it there. Let's just double check just to make sure that I have the correct one. Pardon the lag, it's pretty horrendous, but that's this game in a nutshell. Pretty horrendous. Terribly designed. Because it might actually be the license plate here, that's the one I need. Nope, that's Iowa. So, 380x61. I think that was... I don't even remember. Let's go back. Yeah, it might be the one there, but chances are it's not. And it's all completely random, and you have no way of telling. And it's so stupid, because these are just smudges on the wall. You can't even tell. Yeah, 380x61. Let's change this to something you can see. And resizing the window accidentally. Okay, let's move it into frame again. Oh, this game is so bad. I mean, who thought that this was a good idea for a puzzle? I mean, I do like the idea of the phone booth, but referring to the license plates on the wall, that's just bad design. And that was a huge lag spike. So, 3ADX, so 323, ADX, and then X is 9. So, 323961. 323961. So now let's actually go back. This puzzle is just so obscure. Anyway, this will probably be a shorter episode because I don't really have much recording time. And Lag City also. Don't you love Lag City? I sure do. Yeah, I'm not gonna stop going over how bad this game is. There's a little thing called quality. This game lacks it. So, that was a nice lag spike. Wanna know why? I forgot to change textures to low. I would love to apply these new graphic settings if my mouse would appear. Wow, this game is like literally destroying everything. It's even destroying the recording too. And the window is off-center somehow. Window was off-center. That was some terrible lag right there. And in case I cut that out, yeah, basically everything froze and died, and the recording probably died too. So what was the code? 323961? I think that was it. So let's try this. That was a 4. So let's try that again. 3, 2, 3, 9, 6, 1. And we have a phone ringing. But hey, we've got power. That means this thing will work. And let's actually go up and explore this place now. So we've got a beautiful place, we've got a thing there, we've got a thing here, we've got a toilet plunger. And that sure did a lot. And yeah, we've got a bunch of lights and doodads and stuff. And a TV thing. Yeah, nothing overly important here. So let's just go down a floor. 3 floors, actually. To the very bottom. Let's go down even further. And even further. And yeah, we can't go any further down. So here's a note. It's just talking about Violian counting systems, which we went over in thorough detail last episode. Here's a thing of extreme uselessness. And oh, we've got terrible music. And if we pull this, we can close the door. And we can't reopen it, or close it, or whatever. So now that we've got the door, let's go up. So now we can access the tree, finally. So, in here is a tree. It's got reddish leaves, but there's lots of yellow piping and stuff, and yeah. So let's go down the tree, and as we're going down the tree, sudden lag and loading zones. Because this area isn't very large, but this is actually a separate area. If you hit the load game button or whatever, you can see that we are actually in the heart, which is a brand new area that we've not yet seen before. So we've got weird, cool looking outer space stuff. Now we can't even see the tree behind. We've got some door thing. Or whatever. And it's closed. You look through the other sides, they look similar. This place is actually pretty cool. And this one is the same. Now take note that this tree is yellow. There's 4 trees in total, and each one is a different color. As you'll notice, 4 different colors: yellow, red, blue, purple, blue, green, yes, whatever. Hunrath is yellow. So, I forgot to flip the switch. Well then, I guess this episode's gonna be a little longer than I thought, because I forgot to do something important. By the way, loading zone, this will take a while because it's unloading the heart and reloading Hunrath, and Hunrath is a huge area. You wanna, if at all possible, avoid loading Hunrath as many unnecessary times as you can. This will take a minute, or 3, or 10, or tan, because trigonometric ratios, clearly. Let's talk about trigonometry, sure. Actually, no, I think we're... No, okay, we're not... We can't... Oh, never mind. Ignore the trigonometry. So I forgot to do something very important, and I forgot to turn on the water valve, since you need to water the trees. Because apparently the trees are not properly cut. Don't question it. They may have a full red hair of leaves, but it's not the proper hair. Because apparently trees have hair. Science confirmed. So yeah, we actually need to, yeah, I am going the right way. We need to go all the way over here. And go all the way over here. And, remember this? Maybe. You need to pull that. Turn on the water flow. And yeah, that's all we needed to do. And that wasted a good 4 or 5 minutes. So let's talk about trigonometry. Sure. Sine of 90 degrees equals 1. Cosine of 90 degrees equals 0. I might have that reversed. And then there's sine of 45 or whatever. Or is it tan of 45? I think it's tan of 45. I don't know. And then there's radians, and then there's gradients, and then there's pi, and then there's cake and molasses, and all those other good things that have absolutely nothing to do with trigonometry. So yeah, let's pull this thing, and you'll notice I like this part. Oh, is there like a lever? No lever. Okay, yeah. You see, the water fills up and flows through the veins of the tree. Now if you'll go through here, you'll notice a portal thing. Except you can't pull it because as you'll notice, there's another tree on the other side. These portals connect you to the tree. Basically, there's 4 portals, and from every tree, you can go to every other tree. In a manner that defies physics, but whatever. That's why it's a separate area, the heart. And I actually like it, and it all looks cool, but yeah, you need to activate the portals from both sides. So yeah, we can't travel anywhere yet. And yeah, that's one tree done. And you'll notice yellow stuff is flowing through all the veins. And as soon as we can get to Hunrath, you'll see that the trees, or the leaves of the tree, on the outside, actually look different too. That'll probably be it for this episode. Next time we'll be going to a whole new... No. We will be exploring the New World, and its title is Capitar. And so yeah, we'll be doing that world next. It's the world of the weird beetle things that in that textbook thing that you couldn't read. Anyway, yeah, we'll be going to that world. It's a pretty interesting world. It's a lot more linear though. That's the thing I hate about this game. All the other worlds, Hunrath is the only non-linear world. The other worlds are very, very linear. Some puzzles are okay, but the other ones super linear. And the leaves look a lot better now. And the trees basically just healthy. Actually, before we end the episode, let's go have a chat with WC or CW or whatever his name was. Charlotte's Web. Clearly, that's his name. He's just named after a fictional piece of literature. Let's turn on subtitles. Ring the doorbell, and you'll have nothing interesting to say, I bet.
Made progress. It's nice not having to do all this myself. You can just keep connecting all the trees, all the roots. I gotta finish the plates around the tree. I'll get them connected to my battery. If you ain't already done so, I need that battery cable plugged in. Remember, everything connected.
Okay, so he did have something to say, and then he mentions his battery, and that's a matter we'll be talking to during the last part. Did it just suddenly me, or did this get very, very bright? That's pretty weird. But yeah, everything just got really bright. Okay then. Let's just end this here because yeah.